Hi everybody, Laura here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a Hippopartymus. So we're going to start with the picture book hippo. I'm going to die cut this hippo out of 2 shades of gray. The darker one is the smoke cardstock, and then the lighter gray is going to be the fog. I love the neutral gray cardstock by Simon Says Stamp. There's fog, there's smoke, and there's even a darker slate. And I use them all the time. So once I die cut the hippos, I take that negative left over from die cutting that into the smoke and I trace it onto some scrap cardstock. I've shown this many times. This is how I create a backing to adhere all my picture book pieces to. So I trim out the hippo very loosely. I'm not trying to be perfect or anything. And then I cover the entire thing with tape runner. And this allows you to just stick all your little pieces right onto this backing. It really makes it easy. So I mix and match some of the fog and some of the slate. Like I always do, I Googled hippo cartoons. And I noticed many times the mouth area and the belly area are a different shade. And so that's what I did. And then just pop it on the ears. And then I have the 2 little eyeballs there on a piece of Post-it tape. I'm going to color those in with a black Copic. Now you could die cut the eyes again out of some black cardstock, or you can just color them in with a black Copic marker. Popping those right in because I've already got that tape runner on the backing. And I find I get much better results when I do the tape runner rather than trying to do this with liquid adhesive. It oozes out the sides, you know, and that just makes me so mad. So now to frame the hippos, I did 2 hippos. I took a nested circle die so I could nestle those 2 hippos. But see the little gap down at the bottom? I had to do something, so I took one of the largest of the nested circle dies. I'm going to die cut that out of some light blue cardstock. And I'll show you, this will just make just a little arch that you can sneak in right underneath, and it just kind of fills in that gap. Little trick of the trade. And then to accessorize the hippos, I'm going to use the Cuddly Critters accessories. This is an older set, but it was absolutely perfect for accessorizing the hippos for a Hippopartymus. You know what I mean? So what I'm doing here is stamping the images kind of a tone-on-tone look. You get it? So now I'm using AUDREY blue ink, stamping it onto AUDREY blue cardstock. And once I stamp all of these images, then I'll use the coordinating dies, the Cuddly Critters accessories coordinating dies. And technically you probably wouldn't even have to stamp the images. You could just die cut the balloon and the party hat and the bow tie. I think it could pass even if you didn't stamp it, but either way. Now I'm going to start assembling this card. First thing is popping up that circle frame onto a white card base. And then I have the little arch on the bottom. I kind of trimmed it underneath and on the sides to make it fit. Slipping it right in there, a little bit of foam tape on pretty much everything. We've got the hippos here. I'm going to try to tuck them in and nestle them together if I can. They look so cute like that. Now for the accessories. A little bow tie. So I'm adhering that flat onto the hippo's neck with a little bit of glossy accents. And then the party hats. If you can't tell by now, my accessories are slipping in the rainbow. So I love this white background, the gray hippos, and then all the accessories bring in the happy rainbow colors. Got the balloons there. So some of them I'm adhering flat with the glossy accents. And then that last one, I pop it up to give it dimension. And then I'm going to bring a little bit of love at the bottom by popping up the 2 little pink hearts. It also rounds out the rainbow happiness that we have going on there. Now for the sentiment, we have the punny animals. It's got the Hippopartymus sentiment there. Now if you like to make cards with animals and you like to make people chuckle, you need to get the punny animal stamp set. There's some really funny sentiments on there. So I'm embossing the Hippopartymus in white onto some black cardstock. I took it off camera to heat emboss it. I'm using one of the sentiment label dies to die cut that sentiment. It gets it perfectly centered every time. And then a little foam tape on the bottom and popping that up right underneath, and this card is finished. It's clean, simple, it's colorful. Dare I say it's hippotastic. I mean, we're having a Hippopartymus today, and I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.